you get the first one, and then they ruled incomplete. What's going through your mind?
Bro, I was too excited. Like, I literally dropped the ball. I'm ready to celebrate, and it's just stupid by me, bro. It's so stupid. And it's like adversity hit me, but I was dumb excited. All the guys were talking about it, and so that sucked, bro. That one hurt me. I'm like, because I feel like I caught it. I don't know how it looked on TV, but I feel like I caught it, but then they said it wasn't simultaneous. And then Hank tried to help me, like, Turbo, get on the ball. They tried to help me. And I was kind of the last one to line up, so kind of messed up twice. But it felt bad because I looked stupid. I'm celebrating like this. And so that didn't feel good. But
on the second one, that was a catch. Did you, want to wait? Did you want to make sure they got the next snap off?
Nah, I knew. Because that first one made me understand, hey, catch the ball through the ground and everything. So that's when I knew. So I was able to celebrate. Just good.
And I saw you want to give some of this back to the wide receiver room?
Yeah. Ask my guys. They know. So I'm going to be dropping off some envelopes soon, yeah. Nothing crazy, nothing too crazy, but I'm share to the room.
Is Mac getting something?
Nah, Mac's not getting
Why
He
not?
should. I think he got something too. He been talking about one of his bonuses. I think he hit one earlier in the year. But I might give him some. He asked me for some Cartier glasses, so I might not give him no money, but I got to give him a gift.
When you think about coming in, you came in at the beginning of the season, sort of, but you missed a game, missed 2 games. Did you really think 500, to get there was possible at the beginning?
No, it was tough. It's tough. Just the system and what I thought I would be playing, I definitely kind of doubted it, but just to have the opportunity, the Niners giving me opportunity to have incentives to be able to work towards something is dope. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm thankful for. So to get there is a blessing. So those 100-yard games I had were clutch, of course, but just helping the team win, that's the main thing. So that's the focus. That's where I'm at, and good things come from that. When you work hard, when you're doing the right things, treating people right, doing the right things, things come around. So that's kind of what's happening.
What do you want for Christmas?
What I want for Christmas? I want one of those scooters right there, man. Y'all gonna get it for me, media? Come on.
$500K.
Get whatever I want.
Thanks, David.
Thanks, guys.
And kind of the way that Ben Johnson has mastered this 2 running back system that he has.
Yeah, man, it's been fun watching those guys. They run, so hard. I think both of them run with extreme urgency. One cut, get downhill, can make people miss, can run you over. Effective in the pass game too. It's been, I got a lot of respect for both of them.
What were you able to share with Jonathan Taylor at the end of the game and the jersey swap that you guys had?
We just, said what's up to each other, and I have the utmost respect for him, just everything he's done this year in his entire career. So, just stuff like that after the game.
Ken went out of his way post game to talk about Gus Bradley and the speeches that he gives and the way that he kind of lights up the building, basically. What's been your observation of him this year? I mean, he's a defensive guy, but it sounds like he's having an impact on everybody.
Yeah, he's one of those guys where, it's always cool when you have somebody come into the building who has a massive impact on every single player in his first year with our team as a coach, and he's somebody who it's been so fun getting to know him. All of us look forward to his speeches. He's the most unbelievable speaker I've ever heard when it comes to, fun pump-up speeches and stuff like that. So, but just the energy he brings into the building, the wisdom he brings into the building. When he talks, everybody listens, and is such a great addition to this locker room and to this organization.
Can you give an example? When Saleh couldn't wipe the smile from his face when he was talking about it, and Kyle was kind of like that too.
I can't give an example. No, I think it's one of those things where if you know, and you kind of got to experience it for yourself in order to really, understand it.
Have you ever been a game where you go multiple games with no punts?
I don't know. Probably not. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty rare. So that's been cool to be a part of, and hopefully we do it again.
What have you seen from your O-line the last month or so? Kind of a steady climb up, I guess?
Yeah, man, they've been great. They've been blocking so well, run and pass game, straining to finish, collectively, working hard together, and it's been, fun to run behind.
Do you think being a veteran bunch was always kind of no doubt they would get to that point at some point?
Yeah, man, every week's a new week, man. You have confidence every single week going into the week, and you never know what's in store. But I know every single one of those guys can play elite football. So with them in the game, I feel confident every week.
Christian, what was the most encouraging part of just how you guys were able to run the ball on Monday? What really stood out to you?
I just think, those guys work so hard all week, and to get this right. And I think for us, it's just about seeing the hole and hitting it with no hesitation. And that's what that game was. And hopefully we can continue to get better each week.
Anything you want for Christmas this year?
No, nothing. I'm good. Yeah. A win on Sunday would be awesome.
Were you offering to give him something?
No, I have no. I think anything that he wants, he can get. I can't offer much.
Do a couple cars.
Yeah. How many? You're not going.
I think just his belief in us, and that's the biggest thing for sure.
Thank you very much.
Of course, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
And during the free agent process, I mean, you're well aware of the issues that were here last year. So what was the challenge that, you kind of gave yourself when you came here about helping improve?
Yeah, I think anytime the first thing was just to gain everybody's respect. Like, I know how it is to be on a new team and a new guy that's brought in supposedly to help fix things. The first thing I want to do is just get to know the guys and gain the respect. And I think the rest comes with it. You show it with your play on the field, and then you can kind of work into being a leader and doing things that you were brought in to do. But first, you gotta show it and prove it to everybody.
And how have you guys been able to do that? How have you guys been able to, again, you weren't here last year, but make that huge improvement?
I think, honestly, when you think about the Niners and the way they play, and on defense and on offense, it's fast, it's physical, it's assignment sound. And I think what we've done is really just taken over the identity of the team. There's a lot of offensive and defensive players on special teams, and it's kind of mix and match. And we look like the rest of our team does on offense and defense. And as I think that was the biggest thing. We got a lot of good players all over the place. And something like this, like an accomplishment like this, is not possible without everybody else. Guys like Saran Neal, and we've had so many guys that, with guys going out on offense and defense, new guys on special teams, and everybody's bought in, and Coach Boyer and Colt have just done a really good job. So,
surprised? What was your reaction? Did you see it coming, or hopeful?
I knew I had a chance. I've kind of learned not to hold your breath on things like that, but I was emotional for sure. It's something that I've always wanted and worked for, and it's a pretty special thing for sure. So I was excited about it.
How'd you find out?
I found out from Coach Boyer and Colt after the game, and I kind of had a feeling before. I had heard some things, but I didn't know for sure, and I wanted to make sure I heard it from the horse's mouth. So yeah, it was a pretty cool moment for sure.
I don't think you weren't in top 10 in fan voting.
No, I wasn't.
Did you hear from other special teams players around the league that, hey, our team voted for you?
Yeah, I kind of actually I saw Monday morning that I'd fallen in the fan voting, and so I was kind of bummed about it, but I was like, whatever, it is what it is. And I knew that I had a chance with the players and coaches just from the conversations I'd had with people after games. And, I've been on 3 different teams now, so I talked to a lot of guys throughout the league, and I had heard good things, but I wasn't gonna hang my hat on it, So I knew I had a chance, but it was definitely cool. So.
And just going back, like for Grant to want you, to single you out and want to get you, what did that mean just initially when you?
No, it meant a lot. I think, one of the biggest things for any player is just having the belief of a coach, and he's instilled that in me from the time I got here, and he's kind of let me do my thing, to be honest with you. We don't have a ton of scheme, but what we do is we play fast and we cut it loose, and that's always been his message since he got here, was that no matter what we do, we're going to go gas pedal down and as fast as we can and play violent and physical, and that's kind of our MO.
And it's not just you; it's John Weeks as well, and Sky, an alternate. So
it's not just about me. Like, the only reason that I got the recognition that I did is because of the guys around me, and guys like Weeks, Sky, Saran's another one that easily could have been in the same position. So I'm just grateful for those guys, honestly, and then just being on a good team in general. That's how this happened. So I'm extremely grateful for that.
I mean, the challenge, honestly. Everybody was in your kind of down lessons. The big talk of the week was, can the 49ers out the run, when it came to that game. And so, we sucked at that challenge.
CJ, I saw on the mic'd up, you told Phil Rivers it was an honor. Like, hey, you're my first SAG. What was that like for you to take him down of all?
Well, yeah, a surreal moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, I was, 1 year old, if when he got drafted. So, we've just been in that position, being a SAC Hall of Fame, it was awesome. Not a lot of people get the opportunity.
Now that you got one under your belt, is there a dance, a celebration that you're going to start working on for the next one?
Yeah, there is. Hopefully I can pull that out. I kind of blacked out when it happened, so really didn't know where I was after that point. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure I work on one. I have one next time for you.
There's been a lot of talk about you and Alfred Collins this week and just how this was such an emphasis, the interior D-line to improve, and you two have been great as rookies. What kind of pride do you guys take in kind of being this new era of the Niners D-Heroes?
Yeah, I mean, big shout out to our vets, man. Kalia David, Jordan Elliott, Kevin Gibbons. Without them in that leadership in that room, we wouldn't be where we are today. So they've been really helping us and pushing us along, just kind of keeping us under their wing to really make sure that we're doing good to help this team win. So shout out to them.
Last one. What do you want for Christmas?
I win. That's all I want to win. There's a win. There's a win for the Hoosiers and us. That's all I want.
Easy.